all right. Hello, everybody. Time to take a look. I gotta put my phone down so I can watch the Twitch chat. Hey, Danny, thanks for the bits. Yeah, funny you say that about Dishonored, man. I really enjoyed that. I gotta go back and play it. I just haven't had time. All right, so Weird Games, being as awesome as they've always been, sent me some goodies. We've got the core box for English Ivan. I gotta tell you, probably of all the sculpts I've seen, this is the one that the painter in me is super excited about. A couple key things that I'm going to watch for is I want to see the details on the faces. I want to get a sense of our little ghosty dudes and what they look like, and I'm really dying to see how hard it's going to be to paint this symbol here. I hope it's we get some nice engravings in there, and it's sculpted in there so I can do some really neat stuff with some inks and get that glow effect. But if we look here at the back, we've got wow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sculpts. That's incredible. And it's these Deva? Is that how you pronounce them? These are the ones that I think have the ton of potential. All right, so enough yapping. Let's take a look at it. All right. Let's take a peek here. Boy, I did not realize it had that many sculpts in it. That's a good deal. All right, we got one big sprue. Set this off to the side here. Here we've got the cards. We'll take a look at those cards a little bit later. I kind of want to give my first thoughts on it because I honestly have not really looked at English Ivan yet. We're still in the process of working through the deep dives for him, so you can probably look forward to Explorer deep dives, probably closer to the summer from us. We want to make sure that we get the right people, and those right people have the amount of time needed to be able to do a true deep dive. All right, so we got our bases. Everything's small bases, which is good. But this is what I'm dying to take a peek at. So I thought I had my clippers up here, and I don't. Oh, well, that's fine. So let's take a look, and let's look nice and close here. Let's switch cams here. So let's take a look at Mr. Ivan. God, look at the action on that cape. How nice is that? Oh, that's not Ivan's cape, though, is it? No, this is... Oh, look at that. This is actually one of the ghosty dudes. Wow, that's nice. All right. There's... this looks like it's Ivan here. So I wanted to see the sculpt on the face. Oh, yeah. That's nice. That's nice. Now, the shoulder... Where's my shoulder? What I'm dying to see is if... I can't tell if that is sculpted in there or not. Or is this my Ivan? No, this is let's see. This is Gibson. And yeah, that's English Ivan. So it does not look like that symbol, that symbol is sculpted in, unless I'm missing something. Let's look. Oh, it is. There it is. It's on the arm. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. So here, let's get the close-up on that. Can barely see it, but see right there, the symbol is sculpted in there. So with a little bit of wash or inks I'm going to use to get that effect in there. That should take care of it. Very, very nice. The other part that let's go back here. The other part I'm super excited about is his little flame thing at the end of his cane. Doing a little bit of object source S lighting on that is going to be nice. Boy, these guys look tall too, the ghosty guys. Oh yeah, look how tall this dude is. Oh, that's good. That's real good. Not in 10 million pieces, so that's a good thing. Oh, let's look at, what is my girl's name here? Eva. Let's look at Eva nice and up close here. Oh, with a bullwhip? How nice is that? Yeah. I mean, what excites me about these sculpts is, you know, they're kind of like normal people, but like spooky. So I think that is going to make this a very, very interesting keyword to paint. Oh, is that what's happening? Is the staff is sucking in the light? That's cool. Yep. All right. So that's our first box. Like I said, we'll get back to the cards here in a second. I want to look at the second box. So our other piece here is the Dirty Work box, which is going to give us the operatives and then Corvus Rook. So let's give that an open. But again, looking at these, I love how like just regular people they look. Oh, you see the knives on the inside? How sweet is that? Oh, that's cool. And there's Mr. Rook. Oh, Mr. Fancy Pants. Very cool. Very, very cool. All right, let's give these an open. That's interesting, Doug, to paint it the opposite. Yeah, I'm going to have to do a little bit of reading up on him and decide. But yeah, you could potentially have the heat of the flame being at the very end, as opposed at the, you know, what normally you'd think of as the source, as if he was spitting out fire. But I wonder if that's him, you know, bringing in light maybe and creating shadows. I'm real excited about what I want to do with shadow markers. And I'm not going to spoil it here, but I've got some really neat ideas. And for basing, I think that what I'm going to do is cobblestone basing. Because I think they look like they're walking down the street to me. All right. So we've got everything's 35 millimeter. Here is our cards. Like I said, we'll look at those in a second, but I want to take a look at these sculpts. So let's take a look-see at these here. Boy, nice and simple. It looks like Mr. Rook here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces total. Not too bad. Our operatives look about 4 or 5 pieces as well. And look, you can see those knives are sculpted in there. How sweet is that? You can see it on both of them. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. No, I appreciate it, Doug, on the cobblestone bases. I actually have a stamp that I use with green stuff. So no, I'm good, man. But I appreciate it. All right, so sculpts look good. Not real surprised. I've already been hearing people talk about how nice the sculpts are. So let's take a look at some cards. Oh, very cool, Doug. Very cool. Well, I mean, if you want to shoot me a bunch of 35 millimeters, man, I'll use yours. Happy to. Just hit me up after the stream, and we'll figure it out if you'd like me to use yours. Okay, so we've got a bunch of upgrades. Let's take a look at this art. So there's Ivan there, and that's the part that I'm super excited about. And I was very happy to see how well sculpted the face looked as well. 15 cost, so pretty powerful. So Black Mirror. When this model would gain a condition, I may choose a friendly model with this ability to gain that condition instead if able. What's interesting there is I see no range on that. That's pretty cool. When this model suffers damage from an enemy attack action, it may remove a friendly shadow marker within 2 to reduce that damage to 0. Yikes. Sustaining Shadow. Other friendly Umbra models that start their activation within 6 heal 2. This is good. Penumbral Converter. At the end of this model's activation, I may choose either a scheme or a friendly shadow marker within 6 and drop the other marker into base contact with it, then remove the chosen marker. So that's a nice little anti-scheming action there. You could even do it, let me just see here. Yeah, it could be any scheme marker and a friendly shadow marker. Very nice. This model treats negatives from concealment, distracted, and friendly fire as a positive. Yikes. Very nice. Very nice. Willpower 6, defense 5, slow, move 4. But I wonder if that slow is going to be taken care of on the back of the card here. So we have got a willpower attack, range 10. I don't see any damage track. So if this action has a plus to its dual, it may replace a plus. Oh, there's the damage track. If the plus to its dual, it may replace the plus with a crow to its final dual total. So you can build in the crow. That's nice. Target suffers 2, 3, 4 damage. Shadow pin. Target must have concealment or be within 3 inches of a friendly shadow marker. When resolving, the target suffers +1 damage and gains staggered, so it becomes a -3. We get a double crow. Once per turn, enemy only. Summon an umbral minion with the cost equal to or less than the target's willpower +2. God, that's huge. With shade upgrade attached into base contact with the target. So let's take a look at a shade upgrade real quick. If English Ivan is this crew's leader, increase the plentiful limitation to plentiful 5. So we get 5 of these. After attaching this upgrade, the model gains stunned. Okay. This model gains the following abilities. Demise, reclaim darkness. After this model is killed, drop a destructible concealing shadow marker into base contact with the model which killed this model. Very interesting. Split, once per activation. Before this model moves, it may suffer 2 irreducible damage to drop a shadow marker. Very, very cool. Alright, so here's our ghosty dudes. I mean, if you're a painter, how much fun are these going to be to paint? And what I like about it is, you know, to get them on the table, all you're going to have to do is paint them a dark gray or maybe even a black or close to black. I would do a dark gray, then probably wash it in black and then do kind of a greenish gray dry brush, and you'll be able to get them right on the table. Pick out the eyes with some nice bright yellows and you're good to go. But if you're like me and you want to get complicated about it, there's a lot of possibilities here on what you can do to really take that to the next level. And I think it's kind of cool because, you know, you can do both, right? Depending on what, you know, how much time and effort you want to put into them. So cost 7, that means you could summon these off of willpower 5 or lower. Born of Shadow, the area within an inch of this model is treated as concealing terrain. Clingy, after an enemy model in base contact with this model moves, it must pass a target number 12 move duel, or this model may place into base contact with a moved enemy model. How cool is that? They follow them. Latch on, enemy models in base contact with this model are -1 defense. That's nice. Made to kill, once per activation. After this model is placed, it may take... Ooh, so, and remember, summoning's a place. It may take an attack action after resolving the current action. That is very nice. I kind of by my side a little bit with some of the resers that can do that. All right, what do we got here? Yeah, no kidding, Doug. All right, so Maul. It's a 2, 3, 4. Range 0, so base contact. Stat 5, bold over. Push the target 4 inches away from this model, then push this model. Wow, a lot of movement stuff. Lingering Shadows. Drop a destructible concealing shadow marker into base contact with the target. Okay. Target must have concealment or be within 3 inches of a friendly shadow marker. When resolving, target suffers another... Same thing there. That shadow pin, that crow trigger gives them -3 and hands out staggered. Bonus action Mimic. Select one of the target's non-bonus actions that does not attach upgrades or list a model by name, non-master only. Until the end phase, this model may treat the selected action and its triggers as though it were printed on this card. The stat for this action is considered to be equal to the stat for this action, so it'll be stat 5 either way. Enemy only, place this model into base contact. How cool is that? Really get that shadow theme going. Reclaim Shadow. Remove target friendly shadow marker. So that we got some nice healing. Alright, so those are our minions. Let's take a look at our Enforcer, Eva. I like that with a vest and a big collar. I wonder who did the art for this. Really nice. She's got Don't Mind Me, that's nice. Cost 7. Flexible Morality. After an enemy targets this model with an attack action, the enemy must either discard a card or suffer a negative. Nice defense there. Take a quick look at 223, but she's got that shadow pin trigger, so she's -3 with a crow, but she's an enforcer. Let's look at her bonus action. Oh, she's got secret passage. Nice. Nice. Little Seamus secret passage action. Lock away. Target a marker until the end phase. Enemy models treat that area within 2 inches of the target as concealing and may not take actions other than walk and disengage while within this area, and it can be any marker. That's pretty good. The range is only 2 inches, though. Okay. And you need a 5. All right. All right, let's look at our other enforcer, Mr. Mordrake, who also has my little symbol on there that I'm super excited about painting. Defense 6, willpower 4, cost 6. It's got a demise. Oh, that's nice. Comes right back to English Ivan. Very, very nice. All right, he does not have that trigger. What was the name of that trigger again? He does not have that shadow pin trigger. Sidestep, 6-inch range, comes with a ram. Place this model anywhere within range in concealing terrain. So, boy, some nice movement tricks. This model may remove a friendly shadow marker in base contact to heal 2. Some more healing. And ways to drop it. All right, so here's our hench. Mr. Gibson DeWalt. Good old arcane shield. Defense 5, willpower 6, cost 8. Oh, he interacts just with the distracted condition to add negatives. Very nice. Oh, I assume he's handing out distracted, because I don't think we've seen any distracted yet, have we? And he treats the negatives from concealment, distracted, and friendly fire as a positive. That friendly fire thing is huge. Ooh, we got a nice little surge trigger. Boy, it's basically an Arcanist, huh? There we go. There's our distracted. So 6-inch range, stats 7. Ooh, that's good, but need a 7. So high TN. Target gains distracted 1 if the target is within 1 inch of a friendly Umbra model. This model may instead have the target gain focused 1. Interesting. So you can hand out focused as well. That's expensive though. A 7 is kind of expensive to hand out focus. On a crow, suffers 2 damage and gains fast. That's interesting. Mechanical Firefly. Once per activation. Shockwave. Willpower 13. Distracted 2. And friendly Umbras can ignore it. On a ram, a friendly Umbra model within 2 inches of a shockwave marker dropped by this action may take. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. And he's a hench, so he can stone for it. But they get some nice efficiency. They can do a melee action. Wait a second here. A friendly Umbral model within 2 inches of a shockwave marker dropped by this action may take an attack action, ignoring range, targeting an enemy model that failed to resist the shockwave. That is very interesting. These Dark Delights drop a destructible concealing shadow marker within range. And then we've got Anti-Luminal Bridge. Choose a friendly shadow marker within 6 inches of the dropped marker in this model till the end phase. After a friendly Umbral model ends a move in base contact with either the chosen marker or the dropped marker, this model may place... Boy, lots of movement tricks. Lots of movement tricks. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. All right, so let's take a look at what we got in the Dirty Works box. All right, so we get a second henchman. That's nice. Costs 9. He's expensive. Oh, look at that. You see the blood in the art there on his arm? That's nice. All right. Flexible morality. Price of progress. Oh, wow. He can suffer damage to gain a suit. He's got 9 wounds. Oh, boy. Card draw by removing markers. Very nice. He's got slippery. Slippery's so good. This model can only be engaged or targeted by attack actions from enemy models in base contact with it. That's such a good ability. This model treats negatives from... He's got that Ungentlemanly Affairs. Staggering Punch. That's a cool name. Target suffers 2, 3, 4 damage. He's got... Oh, wow. He's got an Execute. Draw out secrets. Shove aside. Oh, he's good. Tell me what you know. Enemy only. Target must either discard a card or name one of their unrevealed schemes. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. All right, let's take a quick look at the operatives. Again, I love these sculpts. Got the knife coming in there, and then we saw on the sculpts how the knives were inside the inside of the jacket itself. Oh, it's got an infiltrator. Price of progress. After this model declares an action, it may suffer 1 damage to add a suit. It's also got that. I'm dying to see what the suits do. Setup for success. After this model resolves an attack action targeting an enemy model that's within 2 inches of a scheme marker, draw a card. These guys seem good. Hidden Blade. Okay, so not a whole lot of damage, but it does ignore armor. Whoops. That's good. Draw out secrets. There's our 2, 3, 4. The Derringer, 8 inches. Nice. Stat 5, not bad. Arson. Instead of dropping a shockwave marker, this action must center its shockwave on a target scheme marker within range. Move 12. Okay. Damage 2. Very nice. And burning 1. Then you remove the target, so you get some marker removal, which is good. You can, on a crow, drop a shadow marker. Cut your losses. On a crow, friendly only. When resolving, friendly models may ignore the effects of the shockwave. So you have to get that trigger in order to pull that off. And then ambush. This model is not in concealing terrain, so ambush. Some of my rezzers have ambush. You get a nice little 3-inch move. Very, very nice. I knew for a fact as soon as I saw the art for these guys that I was going to be painting up this crew. I just love the sculpts. I love the style of it. Reading through the cards, though, the play looks interesting. A lot of movements, some card draw. Some nice, interesting defensive mechanisms. I think the movement aspect of it is probably the thing that excites me the most. So yeah, I think that is going to be fun. But that's not the only thing we got. So the other thing that we got from Weird is the brand new From Nightmares book for Through the Breach. Which, if you have not tried Through the Breach yet, you should. It's a great RPG. It's set in Malifaux. But I have to tell you, I had been buying these books before I started even getting into RPGs because the art and the lore in them are absolutely phenomenal. So let's take a quick look at the book. This gives us the ability to play... actually play Nephilim, stuff like that as a player character, which is cool. God, the art direction is always so nice with Weird. Just recently we did an episode on the podcast where we interviewed Mari Takuda, who's one of the freelance writers. We've got 2 other freelance writers that we've recorded with, so you can look forward to more of those interviews. I think it's really interesting to talk to the people that are creating this lore. And then I think it's at the end of April, we've got an episode with Alyssa Menold, who does a lot of the art for Weird. She did all the faction banners and stuff. So make sure you catch that on the podcast as well. Oh, look at that piece of art. Here, hold on. How cool is that? God, Weird does a good job getting the right artist, man. So look at all of this lore on Neverborn. So, I mean, if I played Neverborn and did no interest in playing Through the Breach, I would still get this book. Just because look at all of this lore. There's our girl, there's our best girl, Nekama. Oh, a little Zoraida action. She's a little bit involved in the history of the Neverborn. Oh, very nice. And that's a, that's another side character. I can't remember her name. God, look at all of this lore. A little bit of Euripides. Look at all of this. Holy cow. Oh, is that Lilith? I forgot. Who's Lilith? I've never heard of Lilith before. I'm totally trolling. You're right, that is Lilith. It's been a while since I've seen Lilith. And a little bit of Lucius action. God, look at all of this lore. Wow. All right, so first time we get to any kind of rules. We're already 50 pages in. That's all lore. So if you play Neverborn, I think it'd be pretty tough not to pick this book up. All the tarot stuff, all the card mechanics that are in Through the Breach are so nice. So it takes you step by step through the pursuit. That mechanic is another really nice, clever mechanic. I agree, Salty Bass. Sounds like a Pretender to me as well. Oh, very nice. God, this is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Some of this art... Ooh, look at that. We got some little puppet action. Looking through the bestiary here. It's kind of cool. Oh, look at that. That's a picture, a Bandersnatch picture I haven't seen yet. There's AIDS there. All right, check this out. Hold on. Look at that thing. How creepy is that? Like a tentacle dress with hands and arms, and oh my God, that's great. Sister Insanity. Good Lord. Tooth Fairy, nice. Look at those things. You got your Daydreams, of course, your Alps. I'm telling you, if you're a fan of Malifaux, you have got to try Through the Breach. It is mechanically, it's a really good game, role-playing game, and if you love Malifaux, it's so much fun to play in that universe. Yeah, it is Pete. It is some Kingdom Death type stuff, isn't it? Razor Grass, Vagabond Shrub. You got some constructs. I don't know why I go through books backwards, but I often do. Look at all of this stuff. Man. Look at that. Hushabye. That's creepy. There's my boy, Dreamer. Mr. Marcus. No, we won't be doing Through the Breach at the camping trip. We're actually going to do Blades in the Dark. But I could see us doing Through the Breach at some point at one of the camping trips, Pete. But if you want, Pete, I'll bring this book with me to the campsite so you can check it out. Absolutely gorgeous. All the different paths. You got paths of summer, paths of autumn. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. So Kelly, Kyle, Matt, Mason, all those guys over at Weird, I appreciate you sending that off to us. Absolutely beautiful stuff. And, you know, I obviously, when I get to painting them, I will let everybody know, and I'll be posting that. Did you get a copy, Pete? Good. Let's see what's going on. So we have got a really cool episode coming out. So today we released our episode about Marvel Crisis Protocol, whether it's a competitive game or a casual game. But next week is a big one. So next Tuesday on the podcast, I have got James Baldwin, Jamie Perkins, and James Doxey on for a roundtable about competitive versus casual games and gamers. We talk through if there is a difference. Is there such a thing as a casual game and a competitive game? Is there such a thing as a casual player and a competitive player? We kind of define those, talk through them a little bit, talk about some of the differences, but a huge overlap in those, and that they're possibly a bit of a false construct. Then we really dig into it at the game level and talk about how they are as games and if there's a difference games. So definitely make sure that you check out next Tuesday's podcast after you listen to this Tuesday's podcast, the one that came out today. What else is coming this weekend? We have got another Star Wars live stream here on Twitch. So it's going to be, I think we're on episode 9 now. And we've got some fun stuff going on there. Then I'll be taking a week off from all the live streams because I'm going to do my Camping for Gamers trip. So I'm going to go camping with the guys. And then when we come back, we've got a whole bunch of other stuff coming down the pike. So let me take a quick look at the chat here. Yeah, so it's Slow Tiger, a roundtable with people named James. I have to use their last names in the episode. You'll hear me talk about at the beginning, like literally all three of their names were James, so I ended up calling them Baldwin, Perkins, and Doxy as a result. Yeah, Doug, check out the episode on MCP. I have the guys that have the Turn Zero podcast, which is an MCP podcast. It's really a gaming podcast, but it's mostly MCP lately. Great group of guys. They come on and they talk about on their podcast is competitive MCP, or at least lately. And so it was a really good, really interesting talk. And Todd from Turn Zero, I'm working on having him come on the show to talk about the new card game Flesh and Blood, which I'm hearing really good stuff about. So I'm going to have Kevin from Three Men in a War Game come on, along with Todd from Turn Zero to come on to talk about Flesh and Blood. Super nice guys, though, over there at Turn Zero. And if you like MCP, you should check out Turn Zero. They have a good podcast. All right. Craig has a red mark on the arm, just like the henchman we saw. Oh, do I? I can't look at myself. All right. So NPC is nice. Gameplay is cool. And it's easy. Just worried that you need the latest models to be competitive. But the core box for its price is a steal. I agree. It's a great buy. It's a great buy. And it's a good game. I don't like it as much as Malifaux. Malifaux, I think, is a better game than MCP. But I like MCP. And it kind of fits the perfect second game for me. Doug, I've been working on small terrain commissions for MCP. Figured I should check it out. You should. Definitely, Doug. All right, guys. That was fun. I appreciate you coming by. And again, thanks to Weird for sending the goodies. We do appreciate it. And I hope to see some of you on Sunday for the next live stream. And make sure you check out the podcast. All right. Those of you that stuck around to watch, I appreciate it. Take care.